One sec.
Driver, start your engine!
It's not popping up on YouTube yet. Alrighty, here we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to race number 8 of season 6 here in OSCC. We're at the Talladega Superspeedway. Had a couple technical difficulties, unfortunately, so they're going to be taking a lap to get positions sorted out. But I am here joined today by two magnificent people. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Unless they can't hear me.
I'm going to be the one to do it, I guess. You got the same old orb guy, as you always do. It's your Robbie Gilvin alongside.
Raiden Koryath, I'll be on pit road in the beautiful Talladega Superspeedway this afternoon. I'm really excited to see what we're going to get here. Only 2 different winners so far this season. I think we get our 3rd today.
And you can
Meanwhile,
see
we're brake checking up here.
Huge checkups there.
He's just stabbing the brakes.
Yeah. Not sure
Well,
why.
what did it? They'll have to take another lap to get the
30.
Why do I still have Skyler on Whisper? Yeah, no, we got 2 in-race reporters today on that. Now we got Skyler Degn in the 11 and Austin Barnett in the 48. I forgot to change his number in the starting grid, so we'll have to correct that.
Speaking of the starting grid,
First on the inside is
give us
Flam.
1 second.
Second on the outside is the 19.
I have to mute Skyler for a sec. But speaking of starting grid, we'll go ahead and pull that up for you. Done by Mr. Gillen himself. So, starting first on row 1 is Flandre Wilson. Outside of her, Jelani Howell. Row 2 is William Viola and Skyler Degn. Row 3, Daniel Rivera in the 15 and Friesen Rodriguez in the 17. And then row 4 is Kenny Campos in the 39 and Jeb Raby in the 29.
All righty, row number 5 inside is the number 37 of Brandon Beal. Cole Mather in the number 12 Ford's going to take your outside. Row 6, another Toyota, Daniel Rodriguez in the number 20, Dylan Viola to his outside, the number 22 Ford. Row 7 is going to be Jonathan Ward in the number 62 Dodge. And outside of him, a new guy, Cesar Acevedo, in the number 50 Toyota. Row number 8 is Ollie Lack in the number 6 Ford. And you have Lorenzo Hedorovich Funchik in the number 77 Ford.
And the final, grid part, we have Jarrett Raboy in the 06 Dodge in row 9, along with Arthur Xavier in that 79 back. So he may be starting out back. Austin Barnett in the 48, not 2. 48 Ford is in row 10 beside Crystal Bennett. Those 2 teammates at the team racing. Cale Tescar Jr. is in row 11 in the Busch-sponsored Toyota. Side by side with Dragons in the 78 Ford. Then rounding us out, Thomas Troxel and Alexander Hunt in that final lane. Now, a bit of things are kind of shaken up because obviously we had some technical issues and a couple of people wanted to start out back, but that is the gist of it. So, looks like we will be taking the green this time by. Flandre Wilson is the leader, and she will control the restart.
Yep, I believe they'll. Nor will I just shape this start up. It's looking a little ragged at the moment. Hopefully they'll close up and get a good solid start here. We'll crawl her up about 70 mile now. They're going to get to this restart zone here. Hopefully we'll get us a green flag shortly. Digging, getting a whoa them down. Here they come. They're going to get a good side-by-side launch here. And off they go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go. Talladega Racing as Skyler Degn bungles the start.
Already, you see the huge gaps on that outside. The inside's a lot more formed up. But you see after Jeb Raby, it kind of drops off to Daniel Rodriguez. Already, you see the difference in, restarts is prominent. Oh, Jelani Howell already stuck on that outside as well. Doesn't have any help as of right now. Hope he does have is way back.
Best thing for him to do is to get single file up here. Try to get a little semblance of normalcy here until they get to the first pit stop.
Yep.
No reason to race for position right now. It'll just. Oh, Jelani Howell almost cut off D-Dog in the number 20.
And unfortunately, more technical difficulties. My ticker does not seem to want to load, so as for now, we're going to stick to the in-game ticker as that. I'll see if I can get that fixed for y'all.
It'll be all right.
I mean, I'm feeling it down on pit road right now. The wind is howling. It is absolutely howling down here. It's like a tunnel coming down pit road. It's a windy day out here at Talladega.
We must note, too, that Braden has a lug nut glue sniffing thing, so whatever he feels may be psychosomatic. Anyway, we are single file up here, the first 7 cars. The first 7 cars are about single file, but Jelani Howell and Jonathan Ward are drafting right up to it. Kenny Campos in the 39 hanging tough. He's just towing along Ali Sakar. aka Ollie Lack with him.
Big question is, are any of these guys going to want to make moves this early? I mean, last season, season 5, we saw a single file almost the whole way through the race. I mean, everybody got separated because of late green flag pit stops. So up until then, it was basically single file throughout the whole field. Are we going to see that again, or will we see something like season 4?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a mixed bag, total crapshoot when it comes to this.
If we do get those long green flag runs, you have to take account. This is one of the most ferocious pit entries in all of stock car racing. So that's if we do get these long green single file runs, we're going to have to keep a big eye on that this afternoon.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen plenty of wrecks in the pit road here. It's dangerous.
This is why I'm a proponent of no speed limit on pit road.
I see. I've had a couple people recommend that. And they're like, "Hey, make it so you can go as fast as you want on pit road." And I'm like, you know, it'd be interesting.
They'll just kill each other further down pit road than entry.
Yeah. People will be missing their
glue
boxes.
on pit road, Braden?
Well, there are a lot of rumors around my name with foreign substances, but I will tell you now, that is not a foreign substance that my name is connected to. Not even foreign, but
he's got rocket fuel in him, just like Michael Waltrip's Toyotas.
So we look farther back, 3 wide, just a split moment. Thomas Troxel up top.
A little bit of a gaggle there. Yeah. They're double file through there. They're still single file up through the meat of the field here.
Troxel started out back.
A lot of the handle. I think a lot of it's the handle of the car.
Definitely. It can get tough. I mean, with the way this car, how fast they're going. I mean, they're going 210, 215 into these corners down the straights. Whoa, close miss for Troxel there. Yeah.
Oh boy.
But with how fast they're going, it gets hard to control it.
Right. Yeah, pushing a lot of air around. They can do funny things. Oh, the 50.
Oh,
there he goes.
We got a wreck.
He's into the wall. That was a single car spin, believe it or not.
Will they keep it green?
That was just a single car.
As of right now, still green.
It looks like I saw it live. It looked like the 50 tried to get back in line in front of the 7, just cut himself a little too short.
We'll go take a look at that when we get a chance. But for now,
we got a battle for the lead here.
Here come William Viola.
Yeah.
Got help from Dan Rivera, yeah.
Rivera and Den in tow. V-Ray Friesen Rodriguez is going to fill out the bottom there with Jeb Raby. Look at Jeb Raby up there in the top pack.
Look at him go. He hasn't had many great runs this season, but he's looking to change that.
Yeah, Viola going to take the lead here. He's got a little bit of an ally for the moment. Rivera, he's going to cut down low, try to block that line. He's going to take Rivera with him.
Ben and Howell both still on that top line. Now, top line does work here at this Talladega, so we'll see if people continue to make moves. As you can tell, it worked there with Viola getting around Wilson for the lead. So
yeah, and that whole outside line kind of fell apart there from. Yeah.
Unfortunate because they had it going, but we'll see if the outside can form back up. You see Jonathan Ward's up there. He's got Daniel Rodriguez behind him. See if they can amount to anything.
Right.
The crew chief of the 50 team is telling their driver to stay out on the track, not wanting to go a lap down, knowing how important track position is in a race like this that has already gone green so long. There only seems to be minor damage on the front end of the 50 after such a ferocious crash in the tri-oval.
Yeah, well, the thing with him is hopefully he'll be out of the way for the leaders once they come up to him
Yeah.
here in about 5 or 6 laps. Obviously new to the game, new to this style of racing. So
But I think that's a good strategy call, staying out, because if you pit, you'll go probably a lap from where he is right now. He'll probably go a lap and a half down, especially considering he'll have to fix a bit of damage. Pit road speed's 55. Yeah,
yeah, he would lose that time anyway because the draft they're gaining
definitely.
He's just hoping
multiple
for that
seconds.
caution.
Yep. And I think it could happen. These guys are, you can already see them wiggling around. I mean, we had one partial crash, so definitely possible for it to happen again. But as of right now, they've gone back to single file. All of the top 12 are in a pack, and then after that, it kind of breaks off. May not be 12, actually. I might not be able to count. 14, 15. Yeah, something like that. Whoa!
Daniel Rodriguez.
Jonathan Ward out of shape. They're 3 wide.
Boggle.
Thomas Stroxel gets shoved all the way up top.
I was going to let that second pack.
Yeah,
back
definitely.
Up.
Austin Barnett leading that. He's got Alexander Hunt, who was semi-involved in that first little incident.
Cal Teskar with the momentum pulling the high side, but not for long.
He has one car with him, and that car isn't anywhere near his bumper, so he won't have what he needs to keep it on that outside. Got Crystal Bennett on his inside, and he'll get back down.
Kind of interesting. 3 distinct packs at the moment just from checkups and incidents. But I think they'll still all be able to pull together eventually if they keep it together like this.
I think if that backpack led by Austin Barnett can stick together and not try to fight each other, they'll definitely catch up. Barnett is in the draft for black right now.
Yeah, no, the whole premise is to get through at least the first pit stop, assuming it's a one-stopper. Then once you get through that, you can get a little racy, about 10, 15 to go.
Yep. And pit cycle is about 19 laps. 18, anywhere 18 to 20 really is the window you can pit. So
possibly be a 2-stopper.
Yeah, should be a 2-stopper. So we'll see how a lot of these guys play out. And actually, if it goes all the way green, we'll be seeing people stutter and sputtering on the.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be probably worth doing the 2 stops.
Yeah.
And it's just Katie bar the door once they come out pit road the second time.
The driver of the 29 is talking the crew chief's ear off. This car is handling terribly. They're already talking about making huge adjustments coming into this first pit cycle. I've seen them hit the apron multiple times. They're having an absolute handful in the cockpit of that car.
And you see
the driver himself's a little bit of a handful too. But
you see he's up to 5th now, so despite that ill-handling car, he's
doing a good job.
Performing well. Ben and Rodriguez were trying to get that outside to work, but there's only 2 of them right now.
Far and away his best run this season for 29 Arabi. Hopefully he could keep that up. Dylan Viola on the apron. I'm not sure what that's about.
Oh, and could this be something? Wow.
Close.
Thought he was going to get into Ward there, but they keep it together. And he lets Ward get back in front of him.
Those second and third packs have
popped back up. Now everybody in the top 20 now is within this pack.
Yeah.
Brandon Beal being the last car.
The only cars out of the draft are the 50 and the 39. They're actually getting ready to get this 50 up here in about probably a lap.
Question is, how will they get around him? I saw something in practice where the 50 kind of stood right where he was, and the leaders had to go around him. It ended up in a crash, so hopefully that does not happen. He's sticking top right now, so hopefully he'll continue to do that.
I'm sure they're all over him, hey, telling him, hey, go up top, let the leaders go. He's going back low. I mean, it looks like they'll catch him in the Troval, if not the first turn.
Hopefully they all communicate properly and he stays in his lane, though. That's the only hope.
Yeah, well, he's going back down low right in front of the leaders.
See,
he's going to go back high. They're telling him to go high. Yeah, he's going to give him room. That's the smartest thing to do. Give him room, drop back, get back in the draft.
Oh, and he's in the wall there.
Oh, he got the wall a little bit, I think.
It's like he's caught.
Yeah, he just lost all his momentum right there.
It doesn't look like he'll be able to latch onto this pack after that. He'll be too far out, so.
Right, looks like they're all single at the moment, kind of biding their time. I imagine pit stops will be here up in a few laps.
Apologies for the Discord overlay. I totally forgot to turn that off.
Yeah, they just want to see who's up here in the booth.
But lap 15, we're gonna see pit stops. Hopefully in the next 4 laps or so.
4 to 5 laps. I believe the window's going to open real soon.
Skyler Degn's dropped all the way back to 11th. He was running up front. Not sure if that's a strategy call or just lost positions.
That would be correct. That pit window is going to open very soon. Crew chiefs are already telling their drivers it's going to be a fuel-only stop. Should be a quick cycle, but we got to watch out for this ferocious entry.
Definitely.
200+ miles an hour down to 55 in just a matter of a few short seconds. Who is going to be able to handle it the best?
Oh, they're leaning on each other. Barnett going for a little sniffy drafty off of Skyler Degn there in 11. I thought they were going to touch. I thought we were going to have a little quarter panel action there. I was going to be the. I was going to blow this green run all to smithereens. Dylan Viola wanted to sneak up. He ain't going to sneak up. Skyler Degn going to have the nose.
And they got multiple cars behind him as well. Troxel goes back down, but they got teammate Crystal Bennett. Those 3 interstate battery cars, all running throwbacks.
We call it the spotter's nightmare.
Cole Mather, unfortunately, did not start the race. He was in another interstate car, but would have had 4.
Probably all for the better. You have a friggin' brain meltdown over here for him.
And I think we'll see pit stops next time. We'll see, but it'll be lap 18 going on to 19. So,
right.
We've had wrecks entering pit road before, so we'll see if they can keep it clean this time.
I was gonna say not unprecedented.
Definitely.
Make sure Braden's not hiding in the cutaway car for these pit stops here.
We'll throw it down.
I know it's roomy in there. All right, we see. I see a couple takers to pit road. Be on the 37 Ward and the 62. The rest might stay out on their own strategy.
Look like whoa,
Ward on the apron.
whoa.
Troxel on the apron. Look at
They
that.
keep it together, and here comes.
What an aggressive
Oh,
entry.
Daniel
Rodriguez
Rodriguez
completely misses pit road.
Multiple drivers going too fast. The 19 spins in the grass as they storm down pit road, rolling almost back onto the pit lane.
Watch out,
oh
watch out,
no!
watch out. Oh.
They hit him, but looks like they're all okay.
That was off the
17 into their box. Just gonna be. So we got some drivers taking tires here. Left sides, the jacks are going up.
I did see a comment about high tire temps from the 62.
It's a hot day out here at Talladega Superspeedway.
We'll see if this second pack
Here comes
is
the
gonna
17.
Here comes the
27,
second.
the 15.
Oh.
The 15 will lead
37.
him off of pit road.
Look out, we got people coming into pit road
Wow,
again.
almost a
They all
wreck
made
there.
it.
They
I
all
can't
make
believe it.
Yep.
That's the second pack.
Well, Rivera gaps everybody, like Braden said. But you don't want to be too far out. You know, if you're too far out, you're not getting any kind of draft, and they'll run up on you and pass you.
Yeah, they're gonna get Viola in their draft, and they'll probably draft right up to pass Rivera. They'll have the higher ground. Yeah. Plus, if this second pack gets out quicker than this first pack, because this looks more organized.
Is going fuel only. The jacks are up on the 11. Seems like the 22, the 26, and the 78 are taking tires as well.
Interesting, because you have time to take fuel. So, I mean, some people not.
Viola back down pit road. I think he got a penalty.
Here is Skyler Degn. Unfortunate for that 27. He comes into this race 51 points ahead of Skyler Degn, but didn't look to have a solid pit stop. Yeah. Rivera, wow.
Jeff Rapey, what a merge right in front of the leader, Dan Rivera.
Rivera will hold the lead, though. No one in front of him, but he's still really far out. Does he want to be that far?
Yeah, I think this pack's going to try to
Daniel
lock in
Rodriguez might have what he wants here.
Yeah, that pack of 3 is going to have a huge run on the 15 anyway.
Rivera got out of shape, Rodriguez. Apologies. 2 Daniels. Yeah, they got a huge run coming up here. I thought they were going to get him next lap, but Rodriguez back down.
Penalty for the 20 car.
Penalty.
That's right. He did miss pit road.
20 Toyota Camry.
He missed pit road. I think that's what did it for him. I think Jelani Howell.
Penalty.
78.
Jelani obviously had penalty for.
Unfortunate for a lot of these. A lot of people had penalties, and that'll kill them. Now they're going to be the ones hoping for a caution. Got a 5-car pack here, just behind the lead pack.
And Kenny Campos laps down, tagging onto the lead pack of 6.
Question is, can that second pack do anything to catch up to the lead pack? That's the big one.
Well, depends on the numbers they have. They've got 5 on 6. I guess their
Almost
best
7.
hope.
Oh.
We got a little racing
A
going
little
on up here
racing.
now.
Yeah.
That'll help that second pack
If
catch up.
these guys can stay single file, I think they'll definitely start gaining. Well, we'll look at the gap
They might.
here.
Yeah, here we go.
3.02 for Alex Hunt last time. This time,
2.61. That's
wow,
almost
4/10 gain. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
If they can keep this up, they'll be there.
Yeah,
in no
they're
time.
a lot. They look a lot more organized.
Yep. I think they all realize, we got to catch up. We can't be fighting for it right now. We still got 26 laps to go.
Looks like they're still doing a good job of catching. Campos isn't really helping the
Yeah.
cause there. He's as a lap car.
If they can catch on to his draft, they'll be set. As you see a lap car, I believe that's the 79.
Yeah.
Arthur Xavier.
Yeah. This second pack looks quite a bit more organized than the first pack.
But they'll have another lap car to tag on to the first pack. I wonder if that'll help. Or if he drops too far back, will the second pack just be able to tag on to his draft?
Let's see.
Ooh, a little lost.
They have lost 2 tenths. Yep.
Not great.
That second pack is not as organized as I thought.
Yeah. They were for a minute. I'm not sure if they only gained because the first pack was battling a bit or what. But now that the first pack's single file.
I would say so.
Yeah. Now that they're single file, they're set.
The radio for the 84 car of Crystal Bennett absolutely erupted after that pick cycle. She is furious that she is logged this far behind in that single file line y'all were talking about. She's not with her teammates anymore. That could be a big repercussion later on in the race for this 48 and 11. They don't have that third car.
Definitely. And not sure if it was a bad pit stop or what, but
yeah, this
3 seconds back in
line's
the
get a
lead.
little shakier again.
About equal lap
They
times
haven't
that
lost
time.
very much time.
Yeah.
They only lost a couple hundredths that time.
Ooh.
That second pack.
And what really makes up the pack is the second car a lot of time. First car is important. Alex Hunt hitting the apron a bit, but if that second car can't get to his bumper and push him, they're not going to go anywhere. Now they have caught the 79, so they'll have him
Looks like
in
they
their
might
pack.
pick him up.
Yeah. Unless he loses too much time here, but I think he'll be fine. As you saw Dylan Viola, he was trying to hang on to that pack. He fell back now, so he is in P12, but so far his best running in this league yet. So very impressive for him. He had a solid pit stop.
They're
Didn't get a
getting
black
ready
flag.
to lap. They're getting ready to come up on the 20 of Dan Rodriguez. I think he'll be able to tack onto this pack here too.
That'll be another benefit for this pack. They're just collecting the lap cars as they go. It's helping them out. Still 23 laps to go, though. A lot of time. We'll probably see
Anything
pit
can happen.
stops around lap 30. I'd say 38, most likely. We'll see when we get there. And I'm sure
would
Braden
say
will let us
so.
know as he starts to see those chats come in that people are coming down pit road.
He's crunching those numbers as we speak. Yeah, golly, yeah, this second pack is not organized at
Not
all.
making- Brandon Beal
Crystal
has a
Bennett's
loss.
trying her
Yeah.
best to make it work, but
Dragons,
just
I
a lack
think.
of experience.
I think Dragons blinked out, and now he's gone. He was in this pack.
Yeah.
So now they're down to 5 compared to
Yeah, Crystal's getting mighty impatient. With
Yeah.
these,
8 cars in that front pack, so they have the advantage.
yeah, it's hard to beat 8 on 5,
Yeah.
especially when the 5 that are back there aren't doing much of anything.
True that. Like you were saying earlier, Crystal, or Braden was saying earlier, Crystal Bennett being separated from her teammates is not great. They
That
are
7
some of the
car.
only ones who have 3 cars in this race. The only other team that has 3, or actually 4, is M1R, Mile 127 Racing. They have Thomas Troxel, Friesen Rodriguez, William Viola, and Brandon Beal. 2 of them are up here. Brandon Beal's in that second pack. And then Viola sped and now is P14.
15, yeah, 14.
15, yep. So not great for him right now, but he is leading the pack of the pack of losers, I'll call it. People who had penalties of some sort. Jelani Howe we saw went off, and he definitely got a penalty there. So
This is these are the. Let's see what we got going on here. It's still the handle's starting to go on some of these cars in this first pack,
yeah,
and Crystal has gotten around the 6 of Ollie.
I've
Sakar.
noticed this 7 car coming off a turn 2 every time onto the backstretch. It looks like they're almost wrecking the car. It is just impossible to get
just
your
did
bumper
it
for
off
any
of 4
pushes.
there too. Very loose, very
Yeah.
loose. Very loose through the trioval. Crystal's got a better handle on the car than Hunt does.
and that's what really matters. Is like, Crystal's second, and she's a pretty good pusher. But that first car in line, if he can't hold his line straight, she's not gonna be able
Yeah.
to push him.
Yeah, we got a lot of activity in this lead pack again. Too.
Yeah.
They're Jocelyn.
Oh, what Cody Campos.
Campos ducking high, getting out of the way.
But the first
Think
two
they're-
in this pack are Troxel and Rivera, two pretty experienced plate racers. So they know what they're doing.
They're dancing around. I think trying to keep the handle on their
Mhm.
cars too.
We spoke about Jeb Bravey earlier, but look at him now.
Yeah.
E4.
He's doing a good job hanging
Yeah.
tough.
Had a good solid pit stop. That's really all you need.
Yeah, if there's ever a race he might have a shot to win, this will be it. If he can keep his car under him.
Now, would you
Be in
believe
the right
me
place at the right time.
if I told you he has 3 wins here in OSCC? He won all 3 races back in season 2. We're in season 6 now, so 4 seasons ago. He has not won since then, but he won 3 races that season. Daytona, Charlotte, and Michigan. But since then, he has not won, hasn't had great finishes overall. But if he can get a top 5 podium or even a win this race, it'll be huge for him.
This will be a major upset.
Yeah, definitely. There's Austin Barnett in that 48 behind him. They're wiggling.
That car is handling evil. That lead pack of 3 starting to break away.
Wondering if Barnett's trying to try and go around him. He has his teammate.
I bet they're thinking about it. Jeb's handle's gone away and it's kind of slowing them up.
Yeah. And I'm sure Rodriguez would go with him as well. Just because. Oh, and you see, I've just seen that second pack from the TV cam. They decided to go around Hunt.
Yeah. They're not messing around anymore.
No.
It was only a matter of time. They have been arguing to their spotters about this 7 car for the past 10 or so laps.
Oh, wow. But Crystal Bennett leaves Ali Lack out to dry. So Hunt will remain second in this pack. But is that really where you want him? Because it seems like he can't position the car great. So maybe you don't want him second. Oops.
I'd say pit window's going to open here in about another 6 or 7, 8 laps for the last round of pit stops.
See the leaders coming up on the 50 car once more. He is, I believe, 2 laps down at this point. He is.
So we saw a few drivers take fuel only on that last stop. Some took tires. It's gotta be a no tire stop. It has to be a
I think it
tire
is.
stop this late in the race.
Yeah, if the interest of getting out as quick as possible, you're not taking tires.
I think the only reason some people took 2 on that first stop is because they were taking 2 whole cans of fuel, but they're not going to be taking 2 whole cans. I think at most they're going to be taking 1, maybe 1.5. So you might have time for 2 tires, but definitely not 4.
They have to find the balance between getting enough fuel in the car and getting off of pit road with good track position.
We've seen time and time again where these cars will sometimes, like Rivera, come out way too hot out of pit road and be way out in front and get run up on. But also, you don't want to take too long and then get left in the dust. So you kind of gotta figure out what everybody else is doing.
There's a happy medium.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they got to get enough fuel in the car as well.
Yep. Now Rodriguez, just to speak about him for a moment, he missed last race at Watkins Glen. He is still a championship contender. I believe he's 4th in the standings at this moment, but he has always been known for his superspeedway greatness in this league. He won back in season 4 Talladega, and season 5, I believe he took the podium. So still a great superspeedway racer, and he's sitting 3rd right now. He's got great company behind him. Even though they're not teammates, they are affiliated. He's got Austin Barnett and Skyler Degn, and then he has his actual teammate of Thomas Troxel right in front of him. Troxel, again, lost that first race at Daytona. That one was broadcasted.
1/1000th of a second.
So close, heartbreak for him, but he's going to see if he can try and win by 1/1000th of a second this time.
All right, I think the second pack has gotten more organized now.
Yeah. They picked up the 50 car as well. Is Cesar Acevane?
Acevedo.
Acevedo. My apologies. Still learning.
Looks like Ali Sakar is not happy with the 50 for whatever reason.
He's looking top as well.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Just tuck back in.
They've really got to start working together. They're 4.7 seconds back now.
They've lost almost 2 seconds. Yeah. They had a shot early on.
They were 2.6 earlier.
Trouble! Will Viola spinning
no.
off into turn number 1. Caution is out. This is the first yellow of the day. They're racing it back to the line. Dan Rivera gets it.
Viola gets it back rolling.
They're going to catch a pace car over here off at turn number 2. Let's see what caused that.
Alright.
We'll
Yeah.
take a look here in just a second. What caused that spin with Viola?
Go take a look. That was interesting. I mean, out of nowhere, it seemed like it just got a car spinning.
Oh my God.
We're gonna go on board with that 27 car here. Coming through the trial, he's got Flandre. Oh no!
2 weeks in a row,
Yes.
his brother gets
How unfortunate.
involved in a mess. Watkins Glen brother took him out of the lead. This time around, he swerves right in front of him. Tries to get around him, loses control. That's
Dylan was in the
that's,
grass, but just couldn't make up his mind on what lane to take. Viola has to swerve to avoid, or sorry, I shouldn't say Viola. William has to swerve to avoid, and then not much else he can do, honestly. That's just really unfortunate for him because he's
Viola
been
on
great.
Viola violence. Here comes everybody down pit road. Braden, pick a car and go with it.
Storming down pit road here. This was, I mean, it couldn't have been a bigger break for this Interstate Batteries trio. Crystal Bennett now looking to link back with her teammates. A big car that we're looking to make adjustments here is this 10 car. Thomas Troxel. He's been running second behind Rivera for that last that second stint we've had of the race, that long run after the first green flag pit cycle. The Ford Fusion is just not handling the way he wants. He's not going to be able to make a move. Jacks are going up as well. Some taking 2, some taking 4.
Yeah.
Here comes Troxel. The 10 might be first off. They're not going to beat Rivera. Here comes the 15. Big pit stop for Friesen Rodriguez as well. Going to get logged back big time. Issues on pit road for the 84. Losing about 4 positions, it looks like.
Jeez. Very unfortunate. See, a couple cars stayed out. You got a couple lap down cars. I believe the lucky dog
discussion
was
I heard
the
on the
20.
radio was our points leader, William Viola.
Yeah.
They were discussing the damage after that spin that could have been a lot worse for that 27 Ford Fusion machine.
I'm glad. I was surprised it didn't take flight. Honestly. Looks like Jonathan Ward's on the lead lap. Looks like he might stay out.
I think a couple of these guys are going to stay out. Well, it depends because a lot of these guys are actually really close on fuel. So I think all these guys are going to have to pit. You want to get your lap back, but at this point, I don't even think it's possible without running out of fuel.
See, Ward's on the lead lap.
See a check up there.
The
I believe
issues
Ward's
with
on the
the
lead
84.
lap because he passed the leaders, but I think he'll pit this time and it'll put him back a lap down. There goes the 20. He is the lucky dog. Daniel Rodriguez. That'll be a good break for him getting back on that lead lap.
The 84 took 4 tires. That is why they lost so much track position. A lot of the cars behind her just didn't feel it was that important this late in the race.
Yeah,
We'll
here
see.
comes Ward.
We'll see how big of a part it plays here in this last 10-lap run.
You see Kale Teskar and Arthur Xavier both stayed out. I don't know if they pit later and are maybe better on fuel or what.
They're going for the wave around, I think, more than anything.
Question is, are they going to run out of fuel immediately after the restart and have to pit anyways? Is it worth the gamble? Gambling there being another caution here. Not sure if we're going to be going clean this time by.
Right, we'll see. Pace lights are still on. Let's see if we can.
We are not going green.
Okay, y'all want to dial up some in-race reporters?
Might as well.
All right, you go ahead.
We're going to go ahead and dial up Austin Barnett. In 1 second. Jonathan Salas, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
All right, man. You're doing good out there. Running P, I believe 5 right now. Yeah, running P5. You've been up front pretty much all day. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we've been fast. We got a good strategy going. Me and Skyler, teammates, obviously, but hoping I can hang out on the end. Just hoping for a good race.
And it looks like it's going to be green to the end, or not green, but no more pit stops required in terms of fuel. So, you think that'll affect how everybody else will be racing? Do you plan to make more moves now that you don't have to make another pit stop, don't have to run single file?
Oh yeah, definitely. It makes me feel a lot better. I can't really hear you right now because I got my crew talking to me in my headset.
No problem there. But Robbie, you got any questions for him?
Yeah, I figure you figured Crystal will probably tag in with you because it looked like the three of y'all were working together pretty good beforehand until she got shuffled back on that pit stop. You figure that I figure she'll probably tuck in line with y'all, and you figure you'd probably make a play for it come white flag or what have you.
Yeah, if she can get up here. I don't know exactly where she is right now, but if she
Let's
can
see,
get up here, we
she
will
is-
definitely work together.
She's back in 10th. She got about
Is
3 or
she?
4 cars
Okay.
between you.
Well, thanks for your time, Austin, and I believe we'll be coming to the choose this time. So, good luck, and if we don't speak to you again, go win the race, man. You got it.
Yeah, choose wisely.
All right, thank you, man.
To the choose.
Wow, a lot of cars going
A lot of people.
inside.
Skyler Degn going to the top. Crystal Bennett going to the top. Jelani Howell going to the top.
Ooh.
I think somebody may have hit the cone. I think that
Ooh,
was Jared.
that was
Grava.
close. Yeah, Skyler Degn was what, 6th? Yeah, he came 6th,
Look at
and
that.
now
He
he's
on
second.
the front row now.
You're going to want to keep an eye on this 23 machine. Got stuck a few laps down after the chaos in the first green flag pit
Yeah.
cycle. This car is fast. On the 5th row on the outside now after all those takers to the inside.
It's going to be a very interesting restart here. What do y'all expect?
Well, I'll tell you what, Robbie, I've got a great view here on pit road if a car gets airborne on the tri-oval.
We might see that. I mean, we saw a wreck earlier in the tribal, no airborne, but
Keep your helmet on just in case it comes flying down pit road.
I got the fire suit on. Don't worry about me. Beautiful OSCC fire suit.
How much it cost you to get that made?
Oh, it didn't cost me anything. A few producers just handed me to it and said, get dressed in the hauler.
How you stole it from Zach. We know it. Anyway, on the front row, we have Dan Rivera and Skyler Degn. Second row, Thomas Troxel and Crystal Bennett. Third row, Frieza Rodriguez, Jelani Howell. Fourth row, Jeb Raby and Jarrett Grava. Fifth row, Austin Barnett and Flandre Wilson. I think the rows are kind of skewed.
yeah.
Sixth row, Brandon Beal and Dan Rodriguez. Seventh row, Alex Hunt and Dylan Viola. Eighth row, Cesar Acevedo and Arthur Xavier. Ninth row, Will Viola and Kel Teskar. There is no 10th row. It's just Jonathan Warden, Kenny Campos tagging along. Pace car is in. We're going to get us a green flag any second now. Any moment, they're going to rear them back, get them all crawled up. They are in the restart zone. They have turned loose. Here we go once again. And once again, Skyler Degn bungles the start.
Not great from him. He's still there on Troxel. He didn't lose too much, but he should be side by side with Rivera right now, and he's
That
not.
outside line just fell way
Yeah.
apart. Jelani tucked back low. Crystal Bennett getting hung out to dry. I don't think there's any car behind her for about two or
No.
three, several car lengths.
Andre
actually.
Wilson really looks like it's the next car. She is way back. Skyler
Yeah,
Degn
nah,
now
she needs a hole to
in
dig
a
in.
hole. Is Crystal Bennett gonna let her teammate in? Team owner, really a gap.
I don't think
He's
she's got
just
a
stuck
choice.
right
She's
now,
got,
yeah.
yeah, she got Jeb all over her. Oh, Jeb almost cut Austin. Oh, there they go, tucking back in.
Back to single file for now. You still have 9 laps to go, coming to 8 this time by, so still plenty of time to make these moves. The point of no
Better
return.
look at the 84 and 48. That's Crystal Bennett behind
Yeah.
Skyler Degn now.
Oh, yeah.
Making the jump in the top 6 now.
The three of them are almost together. They've just got Jeb Raby
Yep.
in the way.
And a reminder, the point of no return is at 5 laps to go. So once you see that ticker hit lap 43 out of 47, that means no more cautions will be thrown, and any wrecks will just result in racing it back. So
Yeah, looks like our wave around cars are probably going to be coming to pit shortly.
I believe Kale Teskar, Buddy Campos, Jonathan Ward, and Arthur Xavier were all the wave round cars lap down. Stayed out and decided, risk it for the biscuit. Try
Well, we
to
got
get a
moves
lap
being
back.
made. Somebody tried to make a move on the outside, but kind of juked them.
Got that outside
we go.
starting to form. We got Flandre Wilson and William Viola. First two on the outside.
Everybody's too suspicious of each other. The moment somebody goes up, they're going to tuck back low. We got an outside line coming. Look, Flandre Wilson, Viola using her as a pick, trying
Yeah,
to get back
yeah.
up the pack.
They got
there's
5
there's a
cars.
line. There's a line. Look at that.
More cars going with them. Let's see if they can do anything here. And I'm wondering, will people jump out ahead of them? There goes Ali Lack. He jumps out.
Oh, car on the wall, Jonathan
Warden.
Ward.
Looks like he'll be able to save it.
Single car.
Yeah. Now, will they be making progress? Whoa, sketchy pushing there.
Ooh, look at there. Ali Sakar going to the top with Wilson and Viola.
You're gonna need
Barnett's
a lot
going to
more
go to
help.
the top,
Yeah.
going to pass Jeb.
Will his
Oh, they
teammates?
car
Oh,
right into the wall.
he
Kept it
saves
together.
it, but that's gonna lose him all that track position. Oh no.
He's still got time. I don't think he's going to lose the draft. He's still got plenty of time.
Should be good, but goodbye track position for now.
Oh, Jeb just pushed Crystal hard into the corner. Oh, they're touching.
Oh.
That was close.
Sketchy up
Here
here.
comes the top. Look at Ali Sakar.
Now they've looking to get more cars up there. Viola ducks back low though.
Wait, some are hesitant to go.
Yeah.
Some are full bore about it.
The game issue. Are y'all good? And that's it. That's lap 43, guys. That, you know what that means. It is now the point of no return.
Pull those belts tight.
Any race from here will just result in racing through it. Hopefully no plows or anything like that, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go for it. I mean, it's time.
We got bumps. Chain bump. Here comes Wilson to the outside.
Will she
Gonna
have help
have
this time?
Sakar.
Ooh.
I mean,
Sakar's going to be in tow.
I am looking at my monitor here on pit road. I do not know how they haven't wrecked these race cars yet. They looked wrecked every corner. Here they come through the tri-oval.
Skyler Degn going to the top.
Top it in.
Freezer Rodriguez at the top. Jelani
Oh,
thought about it.
thought
The
about it,
run's
didn't
too
go.
strong. Troxel thought about blocking.
Oh, and he
He's
tries
trying.
it. He gets
got
it.
Just a little bit of a nose.
But he goes
just
back
enough to check
low.
up the
Oh,
lane.
huge checkup on that
Oh,
top
oh,
line.
Sakar.
Way out of whack. 4 wide almost. They keep it together though. That really screwed that
Sakar
outside.
got booted.
Yeah. That outside line lost all the momentum they had. They're going to try and gain it back here though. Troxel looking to go top. Rivera blocking him.
Yeah, Bennett's working with Howell on the
Oh.
bottom.
They have a lapped car just
Sketchy.
a few corners ahead.
Oh no, it's the 79 of Arthur Xavier.
This might get spicy.
We'll see if he's able to stay top and hold
Where
his
did that
line.
19 come from?
Jelani Howell, look at that.
Yeah.
Contender in
Viola
season
making
4.
that 3 wide work all by himself just about.
As we hit 3 laps to go here, folks. It's getting dicey.
Troxel thinking about the move he's going to make on Rivera.
Ooh.
Rodriguez might tuck low. Friesen might tuck low. No.
The 2
Ben's
behind
got the push
Rivera
from
are
Wilson.
teammates. Yeah, I mean, they could go with each other at any point and just leave Rivera out.
There you go. They're
We'll
going to tuck
going to
low.
the bottom. Rivera blocks that.
Everybody going to the bottom.
And here's Arthur Xavier. Looks
Left
like
car. Xavier going to be out of the way. I think he's going
they
to
should be able to get.
They couldn't have caught him on a better part of the race.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That
Coming with
outside
2 to go.
is struggling now. Skyler Degn went back to the bottom, as well as Friesen Rodriguez, and now the top just doesn't really have
washing up.
it. Yeah.
Raby bounces off the apron. Think about Den goes back to the top. So does Rodriguez. So does Troxel. So does Rivera.
Oh,
The blocks.
block
the blocks.
galore. Rivera looking
Well,
for
I
his
think
first
just-
career win in this league.
I think Jelani Howe might be in the catbird seat if something goes wrong.
Definitely.
He'll have it out.
Oh, Troxel all the way on the
Everybody bouncing off
apron.
the apron.
Whoa.
The handle is going away as they're coming to the white flag. Actually, Howell's a lap down.
Is he? Wow. Look at that.
Coming to the white flag. Top line is formed up.
Bit of
little-
warp
little-
there.
yeah.
It's all good now.
Little stutters.
comes the
little
top.
Stutters.
Is Troxel going to block?
What's going to happen?
Troxel.
I
Oh.
don't- Viola
Viola into the wall.
Points leader.
Oh, and Troxel will get blocked. They're crashing big.
Huge crash upside
Oh my
down.
goodness. Huge wrecking on the backstretch.
Dan
Ali
Rivera.
Sakar is up to
Ali
P2.
Sakar's got the run on Rivera.
Does he have enough? And does he have enough time? He doesn't really have help from behind. He's just gonna have to drag
They
race
have
it.
enough drive.
Huge run.
Does he have it? He will go
He
top.
goes to top. He
Switches
goes
back bottom. Rivera
He
blocks.
doesn't have enough room. Dan Rivera wins at Talladega.
What a final lap crash that was. Troxel bounced into the wall, bounced all the way back out into the field. That is huge for points. And look at that. William Viola, who got
Marjorie.
walled, ended up P8. He avoided that wreck.
Points leader. What a day.
Skyler Degn is still yet to cross the finish line.
He crosses.
Oh, huge crash. And yeah, 12th place for him. He'll lose points on Viola then. That's not great.
Well, I didn't get to see a car upside down on the trail of Robbie, but that was quite spectacular there on the backstretch.
Another first-time winner in this league.
Look at this top 10. Dylan Viola gets out of that 4th.
Wow.
Alex Hunt 6th.
Austin Barnett.
Kenny Campos 9th.
Look at that. Dale Tescar ended up 17th. He was one of the lap cars I was looking at earlier, so unfortunate for him.
Golly,
But we're going to watch Daniel Rivera burn it down here.
I got to see that wreck on the last lap. Good
Insane.
Lord.
We'll take a look at it in just a sec. See Rivera come to the front stretch. Going to celebrate his first win in this league. He's no newbie to racing, but in one of his first few starts in this league, he comes through and wins it. Very impressive. And a smoke show on the front stretch. Can't see nothing. Doing the straight line burnout, and that is it for him. Now, as we get the chance, let's take a look back at that wreck and see what happened. That was really a big one. I mean, that was probably half the front pack there. We're going to go far chase with Thomas Troxel coming out of turn number 2.
Ooh, bumper grab.
It's a push from Rodriguez, and then, just grabs straight into the 15 and up and
The 15
over.
almost lost control. That's
Yeah.
Back end kick out.
Got a ton of cars sliding
We
here.
got to see how many
Look.
cars. What?
This 19 car, I mean, oh, terrible hit.
Yeah,
We'll go look at
84
the
took a hard
19.
shot. We got one. We have 1, 2, 3 cars in the air, 4 cars in the air, 5 cars in the air.
It's a miracle only one went over.
So we're going to go
about
on
5,
board
6
with
cars
Howell
flying.
here in his cockpit. Oh, gets turned down on and just, right into the inside wall, and it almost blows over.
That's
That's
like
a
Eric,
massive-
that was like Eric McClure
Yeah.
hit if I've ever seen
The
one.
wind was howling out here this afternoon.
And we'll take one last look at the 17 of Friesen Rodriguez on his roof cam.
Crystal Bennett was involved in that wreck, and she still made it out 10th. I think she was the first one to get through the wreck.
Yep, just gets turned by 2 people. He tried to turn down and avoid it, got hooked, and then got hooked again by Troxel. He just goes for a wild ride. I mean, insanity. We'll take one last look from helicopter cam and just show you the absurdity of that wreck real quick. It was a chance move, but yeah, you got to make those kind of moves at the end. There you go. Count the cars. 1, 2, 3. I can't even count that quick. Leaves 7 to 8 cars, I want to say. Arthur Xavier barely squeaking by, as well as Crystal Bennett there. Good avoidances from them. But wow, what a race, what a finish. And we're going to go see if we can get some post-race pictures real quick, folks. So give us one moment. Alrighty, folks, we are here with race winner Daniel Rivera. First off, congratulations on the win. First win in OSCC. How you feeling after that?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Don't really know what more to say. It felt pretty good. Felt like I ran that race pretty perfectly. Then speed on pit road. Saw a few people speed and I avoided that. Good strategy. Only took left side tires on both stops, so I didn't lose precious time. And yeah, just didn't make any mistakes and stayed up there.
Good to hear. Do you really know what happened in that last wreck? I mean, it was an intense racing, but
Yeah, so I just think that was a stack up because we were all single file from what I could tell in my rear view, and then they started making moves, obviously, since it was the last lap. Troxel went high, so obviously I went to follow him, and then I actually got a glance at the replay, and I think he got hooked just to stack up, just, plate racing.
happens. Robbie, you got anything for him?
I can imagine the handle probably went away several times through that. Must have been crazy trying to keep the lead and trying to block both lanes with having a car as squarely as that.
Oh yeah, the car was squirrely. Particularly on exit and on entry, it wasn't the most stable. On entry, I actually heard the right rear squeal on me a couple of times. And like I said, on exit, it also got a bit squirrely. It definitely wasn't easy to handle.
Sure, it makes it all the more satisfying that you ended up winning.
For sure, for sure.
Braden, got any questions?
I mean, it was just such a massive victory, a massive race. This race had the biggest amount of drivers entries in OSCC history. How does it all feel? I mean, this is just such a massive win for you and your family. You're gonna go back home into the shop. This is some momentum that can carry you for a while.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely a big win. I've won in other leagues, but quite frankly, there's no win like getting your first win in a different league, and that goes to show about the versatility, um, adaptability of a driver, and I definitely value today, especially since I'm not really a big fan of plate racing, so to win at a track I don't even really like, yeah, for sure, definitely, very satisfying, very gratifying.
Well, I think that's all the questions we have for you. Once again, congratulations on the win, and hope to see you next week at, I believe it's Homestead, I want to say.
Oh, sweet, another track I don't like.
Well, hey, you might win there too. It seems like you win at tracks you don't like.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, congrats again. Thanks again.
Thank you.
With runner up, I couldn't even think of the word. Runner up, Flandre Wilson.
I finished
in-
third, John.
Oh, sorry. All right. Podium finisher. Sorry.
The first
Ali-
runner-up that has a voice.
Podium finisher, Flandre Wilson, finishing P3. How you feeling after that race, after that final lap crash?
Honestly, happy I got through it. I was having a lot of joy on that high side in that last run. Everyone seemed to just bump into each other, entering the corners, have to check up, and I would just get a run on the outside. Played smart moves during that whole time, and just got through on the wreck on the final lap, and took third when the six had a more of a run through it than me. I'm happy with it though. You never really have much luck on the outside at a plate track in NR. So happy I was able to make it work as well as I did throughout that race.
I did see a few times on like separate occasions where the outside would kind of, what made you stick with it and never give up?
There was no hold on the inside for half of the times I fell back, so I just decided to keep my foot to the floor, try and run as close to the inside as I could while being on the outside, and just just hope for the most part.
Yeah. Worked out for you. You got a P3. Braden, Robbie, got anything?
So, Flandre, a third place finisher at Talladega. This is always the race on a driver's schedule where you always have to hold your breath because you know this could hurt you massively in the points battle. You get through Talladega with a massive top 5. You had ups and downs all day, started in the front, had some dust ups in the green flag pit cycle, and you made your way all the way back to the front for a third place finish. How are you going to carry that momentum? Does that take that weight off your shoulders?
It's definitely a good feeling knowing that I beat both my championship rivals in this race on points, finished ahead of Viola and Dane. So I will try and take the momentum of the points gain into the next race. Whether or not I do anything with it, that's a different thing because every race you take as it comes. Yeah, just I really want to make the most of it. I've not been off to the best start of the season. I missed Daytona through suspension, and I've not had perfect results throughout this season so far. So a third place is hopefully a good jumping board for the rest of the season. Hopefully I can mount my second charge in a row for the title. Lost it last season in heartbreaking fashion. Hopefully I don't do the same this season.
Speaking of the championship battle, I mean, you obviously gained a lot of good points on both your rivals, like you said. Both them not finishing as great as you. Does that inspire you for the next race? Are you feeling more confident, or does it kind of loom on you, the gap
absolutely.
you had?
I'm looking to take every bit of momentum I can from the points gain into the next race. But I need to know to take the next race smart. I played a lot of this race just by keeping myself calm, even though I felt my heart beating at my chest at the end, hoping I would not get killed. Obviously, I didn't, so that's good.
Bonus, yeah.
But yeah, I just want to take the momentum as far as I can for the rest of the season.
Sweet. Well, I think that's all the questions we have for you. Congrats on the podium, and hope to see you at Homestead. Good luck then if we don't talk to you again.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty, back for the final interview of the night here with Austin Barnett. He finished P7, I want to say. Yes, P7 in that 48 Ford Fusion sponsored by Interstate Batteries. How you feeling after that? I know we talked to you right before the final restart, and you were feeling pretty confident. Saw you got in the wall, but then came back, avoided the wreck, finished 7th.
Oh yeah, I mean it feels good to miss. I mean I watched the massive one, the sport ender, happen right in front of my windshield, and I'm really happy that I missed it. Just getting walled by Jeb, which it didn't make me feel good. I was really mad. Still am. But just being able to shoot the gap, the gates kind of parted for me. And it was really good.
Gonna take a look at that as I ask my next question, which is, do you think that getting walled was kind of like a blessing in disguise since it set you back? I mean, I feel like you may have been in that if you didn't get walled. So you feel like that was kind of a blessing, or are you still really upset with Jev at that? Wow, look at that avoidance.
I'm upset, but yeah, you make a good point because it is kind
As
of
a
a
he
blessing.
indirectly saved you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'm still mad because I hate getting wrecked. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Nobody does. It's just I'm glad it came out beating him, you know.
He was involved in that. I think he was one of the ones that almost flipped, so he got away with it and came away P7. Braden got anything for him?
I mean, how in the world do you find yourself back in the top 10 after all that track position you lost after the incident on the backstretch? What a run there on the last 2 laps. How, I mean, like, what are you going to, I mean, how does that, I mean, how do you feel?
I feel like I am the best stock car driver on the earth. It is pure talent and skill. All I will say.
I was rooting for you from the booth.
Rooting from you.
Yeah,
You're rooting for yourself.
Yeah, I was sad to see you get walled, but very impressive drive back up to P7. I mean, good wreck avoidance. I mean, I saw you checked out. I know some people that go full throttle through that and probably would have got caught up. So good awareness to check up, even if just a little, and avoid that. But very impressive run. I mean, you ended with one of your friends right behind you in P8. Solid points day. Skyler ended up way back, so definitely gained on him and a couple others. But any other questions for him? Guess not. Well, that will do it, folks. We're only doing 3 interviews tonight, so sorry to the rest of you in the waiting room, but appreciate all of the drivers for showing up, all the spectators for watching. Hope you enjoyed this stream. Maybe next time the ticker won't break, so I'll actually have a chance to show off the ticker. I can show it real quick, actually. Looks pretty sick, but it didn't work because my game crashed earlier. Technical difficulties. Either way, appreciate all of you for showing up and watching. And we will be broadcasting Homestead next week. Myself, Robbie, and possibly Braden. He may be back again. So hope to see you then next week. But this was OSCC, and we'll see you next time.